So the question is asking us to weaken the hypothesis presented in the text. So we should first of all find the hypothesis itself and see what it says. So here it is. It says hypothesized. While bioaccumulation of manufactured nanoparticles may be inherently worrisome, it has been hypothesized that this element bioaccumulation is in invertebrate like the polymorpha could serve a valuable proxy role, observing the need for manufacturers to conduct costly and intrusive sampling of of vertebrate species for manipulative bioaccumulation. So it says that that specific species of zebra, it's of course bad that it's poisoned, but it can serve a proxy role. It means that some conclusions can be made according to that zebra, um, which would help to understand if a specific sampling of vertebrate species for manipulative bioaccumulation is needed. You don't really have to understand what that specific sampling means, what the procedure itself looks like. You don't have to imagine it, but just should understand that this zebra species, it can serve as a way for researchers to understand, for company to understand if they need that costly sampling or not. So it means that they are not going to spend money. So let's first of all, guys, divide it into two to understand it better. Not proportional parts, but still. And uh, paraphrase it once more. So indeed, it's a sort of a manufacturing company which releases those toxic nanoparticles into waters, and because of those leaks, zebra mussels were generally poisoned. Of course, it's bad that they are poisoned, but there is a good part as well, that they can serve as a proxy, as a way for manufacturers to understand if they need sampling. And the thing is that their bioaccumulation can be a sort of a point of reference for researchers to understand if they need that costly intervention or not. So, and keep in mind, guys, that we are talking about bioaccumulation. We are not talking about the trend being negative or not negative, less negative for one species, more negative for the second one. It's only the bioaccumulation itself that we are talking about right here. Sure. Let's read the options. When the polymorpha and O-micas are exposed to similar levels of this element, concentrations of this element in animals of both species show little variation from individual to individual. So, alright, it's indeed talking about the concentration of that specific element when exposed to a similar level of this, but it's not really weakening it, but rather supporting it. So it's not just off, it's rather making it false. So A is out. Let's read B. The rate of this element uptake in dipolymorpha differs from the rate of this element's uptake in O-micas in a way that's not yet well understood by researchers. So what does that mean? It means that bioaccumulation itself is different between those two species. It means that first species can take more of that specific nanoparticle element, that additive, let's say, than the second one. It means that it no longer can serve as a proxy because the bioaccumulation pattern is different for the first one. And now you cannot infer something regarding bioaccumulation for the second one. So B would be the answer because it's weakening the hypothesis and it's doing a good job. So let's look for others as well and see how we can eliminate them. C option. The polymorpha has been shown to accumulate several other types of manufactured nanoparticles in addition to this element, uh, whereas Omnicus has been shown to accumulate only these elements. So, alright, but it has nothing to do with weakening the hypothesis, it has nothing to do with similar or different bioaccumulation patterns, so C is totally off. It's not given simply. It's not given, but rather it's not doing any job to weaken our hypothesis. Compared with Omicus, the polymorpha can accumulate detectable this element concentrations with significantly fewer negative effects. So it means that there is a difference uh, in the impact of that specific nanoparticle. But are we talking about impacts of that nanoparticle? No, we are only talking about bioaccumulation patterns. We are saying that both of them are bioaccumulating, and that bioaccumulation is indeed giving us an opportunity to understand if we can infer the same thing for the second species. But D indeed saying that uh, D indeed is not saying anything about bioaccumulation, but talking only about negative effects. But probably those negative effects are already predicted. But we are not saying anything. We are not said anything in the passage about those negative effects, because I would say that those nanoparticles being harmful, it's sort of a common sense. So now we are only talking about bioaccumulation, how they accumulate in their bodies. So D is close, but it's a bit off. It's not in the direction of the passage. So the correct option should be B, because if they have different, uh, uptakes of that specific additive, it means that the first one cannot be proxy, cannot be a sort of a point of reference for any other species, and it means that those manufacturers, they'll have to conduct that specific sampling for manipulative bioaccumulation.